Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Anna and I'm a little bit spooky, and today I decided we need to revisit the Urban Decay Naked Wild West because I'm really inspired by Orville Peck at the moment and some Yee-Haw GOTH vibes. So that is what we're going to kind of create today. And I'm also very heavily inspired by Hung Vango as usual, but particularly his video with Michelle Phan and the kind of eyeshadow placement he did on her. So I'm going to kind of experiment with that a little bit on my little shrimpy eyes and see how it goes. And I want to use some of the shades within this palette that I haven't used a whole lot because this is a pretty palette, but it's just not the most inspiring, exciting palette. But I love the aesthetic of it, and I feel like I hadn't reached for it, and it's just, I feel bad, and I want to use it, and I'm feeling some Yee-Haw GOTH vibes, some dark, spooky, cowboy, cowgirl, cow person vibes. So that's what we are doing today with this look. And yeah, if that interests you, just go ahead and keep on watching. But before you do, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below, let me know what other looks you would like to see. I couldn't think of anything to ask you. But I will have my favorite Orville Peck song, well, my favorite at the moment, linked in the eye, so you guys can go listen to that and kind of see why I am obsessed. And let me know if there's any other like ideas or something you would like to see with the Wild West palette, in fact. And any other palettes that you feel like are forgotten that you would like to see some looks with, let me know down below. And if I have them, I will happily create looks with that palette for you guys. Like, what about the Naked Smoky? You guys remember that one? I have that one. Would you like to see a look with it? I feel like that is such a forgotten palette. Anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and just get into the makeup. Hello guys. Okay, so today we're gonna play with the Naked Wild West palette from Urban Decay. I've been listening to a lot of Orville Peck and feeling some definite Yee-Haw GOTH vibes. And I feel like this palette just needed to come out and be played with because I love the whole aesthetic of the palette, the vibe of it. But it's just not the most exciting color story. But I think we're going to try to create a pretty look with it today. And I'm going to start the look out by doing a little bit of liner on the lash line. And we're going to use the 24/7 Glide On eye pencil from Urban Decay in Demolition to do that. We're going to kind of include a little bit of some Hung Vango techniques with our eyeshadow today because I just love his technique. It's my favorite. So yeah, that's what we're gonna kind of include a little bit of today. This dang eye primer, the NARS eye primer, it makes this inner part of my lid look so crepey. I don't know what it is about that eyeliner, that primer. I need to just let it go and not worry about panning it because it's obviously not working for me. Anyway, let's go in with this eyeliner real quick here. And I'm gonna just keep it right at the lash line and thicken it a bit towards the outer corner. And we get right into the tight line with it. If it looks like I had already started, it's because I did and I just forgot to prime my eyes. So we just decided to start over. Alright, now I'm going to take this domed blending brush here. It's kind of a densely packed one from e.l.f. and just soften that out a bit. Build where I want it darker, like right out here. I'm also going to put a little bit right into here and get a little more depth on this inner corner. But yeah, I'm definitely feeling some Yee-Haw GOTH vibes these days. And pretty much just obsessed with Orville Peck. Oh my gosh. I'm particularly obsessed with his album Pony, which it's not his newest album. I think it's his second one or first one. Maybe it's his first album. Yeah, it's his first album. I just think it's so beautiful all the way through that I listened to it all day yesterday. It's just such a pretty, pretty album. And his voice is phenomenal. I think I raved about him the other day in a video. But anyways, he's influencing the makeup today a little bit. I think this brush is not the best one for me. Like, I'm having trouble like controlling it. So I'm gonna go with a bit more of a smudge brush. I feel like the liner was just getting everywhere with that other one. I want to pull it kind of out and keep this pretty lifted today's look, but I don't want to get too out of control. Now I'm going to take a flat brush. I'm gonna make sure it's clean before I do this. I'm gonna take the shade Laredo, which is like a taupey brown, and start to apply that over the eyeliner. And apply it on this inner part. I'm gonna start to kind of pull it around right in here. And we're really focusing on that socket line. Not the crease, but the actual socket where my brow bone is. And right into that curve. Alright, take some more Laredo. I'm gonna come up in a winged shape. And just blend it. I'm lightly sweeping it across the lid here too, and up to the crease, like right into here. Alright, now I'm going to take Pony Up, which is a deep, cool tone, like charcoaly brown shade. Yeah, it's like a gray brown. It's a very odd shade. I want to start to apply that out here on the outer corner. These are colors that I think are unexpected in this palette and don't get utilized very often. I don't think I utilize them very often. So I'm just going to take this shade and use it to add some depth on that outer corner. And along the lashes here. It's looking good so far. I'm going to go back to my little dome-shaped brush and take some of Laredo and just come through the socket here. Alright, and we'll take a clean blending brush. It's going to be a pointed crease from Sonia Kashuk. And just going to come around that edge and really soften that out. And right here, just make sure everything is looking very blended and smooth. There's no harsh lines. Then we can build where we need to and add depth as needed. And just do a little bit of last minute tweaking to the shape. I'm just going to pull this outer corner up and out a little bit more. Alright, cool. That's looking good. Very smoky, kind of contoured, just different, kind of unique. Taking a larger blending brush here and just coming right around this inner part. Just soften things out a bit. I'm going to take a little bit of Standoff, which is the cream in the palette, and hit right on the brow bone. It's kind of got a soft sheen to it. It's like a satin. It's very pretty. We can take a little bit of Cowboy Rick. I think I'm going to put that right here on the blank spot, just a tiny bit. Or maybe just on the inner corner. Yeah, let's put a little on the inner corner. I think I'm going to leave the lid matte. I'm kind of liking the way it looks. I'm going to take just a touch of Cowboy Rick right here. I think that'll be pretty. And we'll come back and really amp that up towards the end. And maybe we'll dust a little. I'm going to do the other eye and we'll be right back. Okay, and we're back with the eyes evened out. I'm still contemplating if I want to put some shimmer on the lid. I just feel like a kiss of that Cowboy Rick just swiped across this kind of blank spot would look really cool. But I'm going to wait until the end, until the look is finished, and then we'll decide if it's needed. I'm going to just go with it like this for now. So my next little step is going to be to add a bit of liquid liner just to the kind of outer corner. So let me grab one of those. I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Breakup Proof. I'm just going to put a little bit right here, starting kind of at the center where the curve of my eye is, and just bring it straight out. Just like that. It's a very subtle lift, or like a subtle wing kind of thing. And it's going to take into account the hoodedness of my eye and just kind of come like straight across that. Just do a really small flick. Alright, I'm going to move on to the skin now and just leave the eyes alone for a moment. And maybe we'll come back to them if this little spot will quit itching. I got like a little hive right here, and then I had a pimple right there. Awesome. So that's just itchy, and ooh, I'm trying to scratch it. Oh, I haven't scratched it. It's just itching. But it's like a red mark, so I have to try to get that to cover. Try to get that covered up. But I've already primed my skin with the Marshmallow Primer, and I've used a bit of Flawless Filter already. So what we do now is go in with the number 7 Restore Renew. Just in the mood to use this one today. And we'll apply it with a foundation brush. We'll use a nice Ultimate Blending. And then for concealer, I'm going to use the number 7 Lift and Illuminate Serum Concealer. Set everything down with some of number 7 Perfect Light Loose Setting Powder. And then a bit of the Halo Glow around the perimeter. So that's what I'm going to do now. And I'm just going to speed through this. But I want to kind of, just leave it in so you see what I do instead of cutting away. Let's move on to the lower lash line now that we have the foundation and complexion done. I did go ahead and like contour bronze with the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer in Suntan Lines. And yeah, that is where we are. I feel like the eyes are making a little more sense now. Kind of, when I went in with the powder and the bronzer and everything, it kind of just gives everything a little bit more of a blend and things look a little less abrupt. To me, it's all one big picture. It's not just focusing just on the eyes, doing them. I feel like when I go to do face and powder and everything, it all becomes one thing, and I get in there with my powder brushes and kind of go around those edges and really make sure everything is flowing and looks seamless and makes sense on the face at that part, or when I'm doing the rest of the face. So I think it's important to kind of show a little bit of everything in a video these days, whereas I used to just would only be focusing just on the eyes in a video. And the way I think my makeup style has changed a little bit is where things are starting to make more, it's becoming more of a bigger picture type of thing when I do my makeup. Okay, so next, let's do a lower lash line. I'm gonna take that little flat, let's that little smudge brush I used for my eyeliner. Where'd you go? Here you are. I'm gonna clean that off. I'm gonna take the Demolition eyeliner one more time, and I think we're gonna get right on this outer corner. My eyes are a little watery, so I'm not going to go too hard on this part. As per usual, the eyes are watering. I'm just going to connect that up to the upper liner. And then we take the smudge brush and just soften that out lightly. Now I'm going to go back to my eyeshadow here. I'm going to take some more of Laredo. I'm going to use that same little smudge brush. Just come under here and blend that. Okay, and we'll take a little bit of Pony Up now. Focus it in the outermost part and just let it kind of taper in. I'm gonna take a little bit and just put it right here, the inner part. I think I need a smaller brush for that. Something I can really get in there with. Alright, I'm gonna soften that up a bit with a little flat brush. Clean. Oh, I've cleaned it off on a towel and just come around under here and soften everything up. Now I think we will put a bit of pony up on the inner part like I did a while ago. I just kind of blended it all the way. I'm gonna do it with a really tiny brush and just give that little inner bit a nice glow. But keeping things like mostly matte I think looks really cool. A little bit different. It's kind of a grungy. I'm gonna take a little more Laredo on this little bitty brush and get right up in here. Time to do a little bit of bronzer and blush. I'm gonna grab my Bronze and Glow from Charlotte Tilbury. I'm gonna use the highlighter and bronzer from this. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the bronzer first and just reinforce that cream contour we did a while ago. And I'm gonna take a smaller blending brush. I'm gonna take a little bit of that bronzer shade and just come right around those edges. It really just helps everything flow. And I'm gonna pull it up and out. And come down right here, a little bit down the sides of the nose. Now I'm gonna highlight with the highlighter shade within the Bronze and Glow. Come up around the brow bone with this. Just right here. And let's see, what color blush? I'm gonna reach over into my little BH Cosmetics truffle palette. What is this called? Vanilla Cream Truffle. And I'm thinking this shade right here would be pretty for today, this top one. So I'm going to take that on my little brush I used for my bronzer and clean it off. I'm gonna go ahead and touch my eyebrows up and do some mascara, maybe some little falsies right on the outer corners, and then we'll be back for the lips and final look. See you in just a minute. All right, we're back. Let me put my earrings on, necklace real quick while I'm thinking about it, because I'm gonna forget if I don't do it. But I went ahead and put on some little half lashes and mascara. The lashes are, I think, Demi Wispies from Kiss, and they've just been trimmed down a lot. I think I cut them in half. I don't know. They were just some random cut bits of lashes that matched. And I used the L'Oreal Balm mascara. I don't know why I like that mascara, because it's not necessarily a great mascara, but there's something about it I like. I like the feel of it. I don't know. It's like there's a thick creaminess to it that I like. And I just like the way it feels to put on. But it's really not that impressive of a mascara. It's, I don't know. I don't know why I like it, but I do. Okay, let me have my necklace on. Now, since we went kind of cool tone on the eyes, let's keep the lips kind of cool. But I want to go with like a 90s brownie lip as well. So what I'm going to do is line them with ColourPop's Lippy Pencil in Control, which is like a cool tone brown shade. I had to kind of experiment with the lashes because the first set I tried to do were too big looking and just weren't sitting right. This video is taking me way too long to film. Okay. It's a little bit darker than I was anticipating it to be. But that's fine. And we're going to take, for lipstick, the Milani, one of their matte, regular matte lipsticks in Shoop. It's from the Salt and Pepper collection. A good dupe of this, it's kind of a chestnut, rosy brown, would be $19.95 from Urban Decay. Similar. I'm pretty sure you could find the shade in other brands. That, anyway, it's just the one I've pulled. Like I said, we're going Yee-Haw GOTH today, and this feels very Yee-Haw GOTH to me. A dark brown 90s lip, like super dark. Heck yeah. But it's not the darkest. Like, I've definitely done a darker 90s lip lately, or darker brown lip lately. I've done like almost black the other day. But it's just a lip color I love, is this type of tone. Alright, and I think our look is all complete for today. What do you guys think? I kind of had fun experimenting with a little bit of different placement, kind of like a matte halo eye. Very heavily inspired by Hung Vango and him doing Michelle Phan's makeup. I almost called her Michelle Wong. Michelle Phan's makeup, that kind of placement. And anyway, yeah, I just want to revisit Urban Decay Wild West and use some of the shades that I really haven't played around with a whole lot, being these cool tone shades in here, like Laredo and Pony Up, Cowboy Rick. I like the way this looks matte, but it would look cool to throw a little bit of Cowboy Rick into that little bit more of a blank spot in there, just to, like, if I was going to a night out bar or something like that. But just for like today's look, I think this looks really nice the way it is. And yeah, I'm happy with it. I love the 90s lip. Of course, we all know I love a good brown lip. Is that any surprise that that's what I went with today? I don't think it is. So yeah, I'm gonna link one of my favorite Orville Peck songs in the eye for you guys to go listen to, and you can see why I'm so obsessed. And yeah, thanks for hanging out. I will see you guys in the next one. Stay safe and stay spooky. Bye now. Yee-haw.